All right, and we're back after many hours of going through these. These are the finds, and this is, you have to admit, is a lot. Out of the 26 rolls, we have, that's a 2007. I'm gonna put it under the microscope when I set it up right there. Then these are 2014, two reverse varieties. Then you have 2015 obverse, reverse, 2016 obverse, 2016 reverse, mostly cuts. Same with 2017. This reverse mostly cuts and the obverse mostly cuts. So there's nothing really special besides just the cuts on the obverse and reverse. So give me a few minutes. I'll pick up the best ones and we'll put it under the microscope. All right. So everything's set up. We start with the 2007 P obverse, and here is the die gouge basically, and it's on the coin, so it looks like it was either a die crack or a die gouge. All right, so that's 07. Then I have a 14, which has a weird, both on obverse and reverse, there is like blasting on the lettering, and it's only on the outside on the lettering, both on the obverse and this reverse. And now we go to obverse. It's the same thing, but the center of the coin is fine. So it's just weird, like you could look the date and the mint mark is just weird. Then 2014 P reverse, there is a die cut right here on the olive branch. You'll see it right here. I think that's it for 2014, and there's probably a slight one right here. So basically, with the newer issues of 2014, 15, 16, and 17, you just gotta look out on the reverse for the cuts in the olive tree, oak leaves and branch, and also even on the torch. I'll show it to you in a minute. So that's 2014 P. Then we have 2015 P, and this one is characteristic of the obverse. You'll see cuts in the hair right here, and there's also gonna be cuts on the ear possibly sometimes. You could see it right there, and even on his face. I've seen some with the eyebrow, and the nose right there. Sometimes it's even more pronounced, and right here on the cheek. Basically, these are not scratches. I looked at them carefully. So that's on the obverse. I think that's about it. And then here come different varieties of the reverse cuts. So there's one right here where you see it on the oak leaves, and on the torch right here at the base of the fire. Then I think that's it for the torch, and then you have kind of big one right here on the olive branch right in the middle. So that's one variety of the 2015 reverse. Then we have another one where oak leaves have a tiny ones right here, right here. Sometimes they have huge ones, but in this case it's not. And then at the base of the torch there's one right here. That's an interesting one. And then olive tree has one right here, olive branch. And there is a lettering. You could see inside the U in pluribus is also a big cut. And I think that's it. Let me take a look at one more. This one has right here on the torch. There's one. And slight ones on the oak, but not really that pronounced. So yeah, so this one has just a huge one on the torch itself. I've seen several, but you know, it's not worth keeping all of them, I guess. So this is for 2014, 2015, and the 2007 I had. Let me set up 2016 and we'll be right back. All right, so here we are with 2016. I'm going to show you, I think I have about 6 different varieties for the obverse. So just like I explained last time on the 2015, this one has cuts in the hair. You could see several. Then it has on the ear and then the eyebrow, slight nose, but not that much, and definitely right here by his cheek and his mouth. So that's one. And then we got another one where it's a huge dye crack you could see right here going through his skull or hair. And then there's one on the eyebrow right there. That's a cut. And then slightly on the nose and slightly right here on the mouth. I think that's about it for this one. Then we have this one with just a huge cut in his hair, nothing else, no ear. Everything else looks pretty clean, which is great. Then we have this one with several in his hair, I think 2 or 3, and then eyebrow has it, and I think that's it. Nose has a slight one, but it doesn't really show up that much. And then we have this one which has some in the hair as well, some on top of the eyebrow, and some right near the mouth right there. And then obviously that's from circulation, the scratch. Alright, then we have this one which has big cuts right here on the eyebrow and huge one right where the nose is, and then slightly right here as well on top of the scratches from circulation. Let's see, might even be that one on the cheek. And then look at these right by the ear. There's so many of them pockmarked. Yep, but that's about it for the fronts. Let me do the backs, the reverses. Give me a minute. Alright, and we're back with 2016 reverses. So we have right here the one by the torch, or on the torch I should say. Then we have right here at the bottom base of the torch. It just looks weird. It doesn't look normal, and I'll show you the good ones later. I think that's it for this one. Let me look at the other one. So then we have something like this one where we have it right here on top of the olive branch leaves. Pretty big one. And like you could see, the torch should look something like this. It shouldn't have like weird extra lines. Then we have this one where you see there's one right here slightly. Then there's one in the oak leaves and on the branch as well. And then at the base there's a slight crack. And in the word pluribus between P and L there's also a cut right between the two letters. Alright, next one, big cuts on the olive branch. Let's see, a big one at the base of the torch. Then that's from circulation, the damage. And I think that's it. There's like slight ones on the oak leaves, but not really that contributing. Next one is, let me see, so there's one and slightly at the base of the torch there's the same crack, similar. And then there's a huge one right here at the base of the oak branch, between the leaf and the branch. That's a big one, you can't miss that one. And then this one has a slight cut right here at the base of the fire on the torch. Then there's a huge one right here on the oak branch. Can't miss that one either. You could notice all of them have similar cracks right at the base of the torch. I found a lot of them, but not sure if they're keepers. And then in the olive tree there's a slight one right here, no big deal compared to the others. And then the last one is there's one on the fire itself, on top of the torch, at the base of the fire. Then there's ones on the oak leaves, And the one huge one right here, let me get rid of this one. There's one right here, huge one on the base. And then there's a slight one at the base of the torch. And I think that's it. I mean, these are not that big. But basically, these are, you'll see varieties of these everywhere on 2016 and even 2017. I'm not going to even go into the 2017s to show you because they're all going to be the same or similar. So yeah, that's about it. I know it was pretty long. I'm going to split up in 2 parts for sure. This is just way too big. So thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.